Friday. Johnny No Shoes, My Fish Tanks Aquatics.
Right.
There we go. Bad boy mute. It is Friday, September 15th, 2023. Hello, everybody. I missed you last week. And the reason why you saw the pose is there. I just saw right before the start of the stream again, and I couldn't grab my camera fast enough to take a picture, shoot it. One fry is in that tank. So, Whips, nice to see you, sir. Thank you for coming. And, let me see here. There we go. Thank you, sir, for coming. Nice to see you. And let's get up to the top of the list. Fish and Outdoors with Lando. Lando, nice to see you, sir. Thank you for coming. Sarah, Spaghetti Nona, thank you for coming. Lake to Land Aquatics, nice to see you. Working and lurking, all right. Sammy, why are we always yelling? Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Fishy on Tactics, thank you for coming. Adele, thank you for coming. Nice to see you. And hello to you too. Stream Elements is running. Awesome. Let's see. Yes, I shaved it last Saturday. Assume that means you're lurking. All right. And let's see. Who else? Aquarium Delirium. Nice to see you. Thank you for making it. Mr. Mal. Appreciate you. He's him and Jeff are taking over for Andrew on the episodes while Andrew's on holidays. So, let's see. Vibes, Mr. Vibes, nice to see you. Thank you, sir. And oh, damn it. Of course, now it starts doing it. It's off the air. My weather. Alert off for now until I need it. All right, sorry. Fish Fam Link, thank you for coming. Keystone Clash is what, a week? Week away? Did I miss Keystone Clash in here? Fortunately, I'm not going, so. But I was happy to hear that Aquashella is coming back to Chicago next year. All right, next week. Okay, cool. Are you going, Vibes? So I know Whip is planning on going. Did you work something out with Victoria so she can ride with you, Whip? Oh, I guess I should. Assuming video and audio is good because it sounded. Oh, if you notice it, picture does look a lot better. A lot better. Jimmy. She hasn't reached out to you yet? Okay. So, throw a banner up here with my email address. You can get it off the FishFam link also. I'm going to pop my. If you want to become a part of the panel, I'm looking for a co-host, a weekly co-host. So if you want to be a weekly person, let me know, and I will send you the link ahead of time each week. So good morning, Miss Jenna. Thank you for coming. And there's Miss Adele. Good morning.
How are we?
How are you?
I'm awake. It's just after 2 a.m. here.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Not sleeping, huh?
Yeah, no, not at all. I've been up for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Life. I'm stressed out lately, but actually I'm kind of excited because I've been madly applying for more work. Pretty much everything I could, think of within my realm, I've applied for in the last couple of days, and I've already had like a couple of the video interviews, and I actually found an email from about 10 p.m. from a lady from a pawnbroker type store that we have here.
Okay.
Saying, can you come in for an interview this weekend sometime? So I'm kind of excited about that.
Oh, that's cool. Somebody who does actually physical.
Yeah, but she's emailed me at 10 o'clock at night, the poor thing. So obviously she's flat out.
Yeah.
But the position that I'm applying for is actually full-time. It's not part-time. So there should be a lot better work-life balance and better pay, hopefully.
Very awesome.
But it's in kind of a different kind of retail to what I'm used to.
Okay.
I'm very excited. I hope I get it.
Pawn shop's got to be pretty cool to work at.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought. They've got all the different sections of the pawn, of the whole operation. So you buy and loans, your shop floor, and that sort of thing. So they actually have a couple of other positions for like manager in training as well.
Oh,
so
cool.
That could be something in my future as well if I do happen to get a job with them.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. It's not something that I'd considered ever doing, but hey, if it works.
Maybe we'll see on the Australian version of
Pawn Stars.
Pawn, yeah.
I don't know.
I did like the one that they had on that was on that was like out of Detroit. It was kind of cool watching what they would go through. So
Oh, absolutely. I do kind of enjoy that sort of thing. So I like seeing the kind of items that come through the door as well. You get some really interesting stuff.
Jimmy, if you want to win in fantasy football, don't help the opposition.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. I don't understand that sports ball stuff.
I used to do it all the time. I don't do it anymore. I mean, I'm not very good at it, but I just don't have time either. So
Yeah.
I used to play like a baseball one. I just did like one a year and or a season. One team. I know some people that have 15 different teams. They're in 15 different leagues, and
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all.
why would you want Whip to win though if you're playing against them? At some point in time, you're going to have to play against them.
That's funny.
Yeah, I know he's not playing you, but at some point in time, you will. You got to
Yeah.
take care of your team and not help the opposition. I take it he's playing somebody who beat you last week.
Yeah.
That's my thinking.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, it's. Oh, your team's not good. All right.
Well, who holds that?
Vibes is lurking and relaxing. So yeah. So I don't know if you heard what I was saying. There is a fry running around in that hex tank. So
that's so funny.
it's just one single fry that I've seen, and it's like
Yeah.
funny because I saw it the one day, and I tried to grab the camera when I put up the 10-minute video. I was trying to open it was going to come back in the scene, and I tried grabbing my camera, and it moved off again today. I was like, son of a bitch. But I think I'm actually beginning to think all the girls in this tank are pregnant now.
Yeah.
Their bellies are all really starting to fatten up. So
I always find, at least with my guppies anyway, because they're live bearers, aren't they? With my guppies, the first batch will, they'll either eat them or they'll only pop out a couple, and you'll get like 1 or 2 survivors.
yeah.
And then the next lot you get like 50 babies. So it's just like a practice run.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because like I was showing in the video, I was showing the white like specks that I saw in my moss, and I literally watched these white specks dropping out of one of the females. So I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I thought it was like maybe it was fry or maybe it's dead fry or I don't know, or maybe it's
Sounds like fry to me.
Yeah, but none of those specks have like just like grown and moved away. They're just there.
They would have.
So
Oh,
I'm thinking
okay.
yeah, I don't think it was. I think maybe they were dead fry, and I was trying to expel it.
Oh, possibly she's just aborted or something.
Yeah, maybe she was
Although
holding.
I've never seen that. I've heard that at least with guppies, because they're all live bearers, they all do the same thing. I've actually witnessed one of my females like absorb the fry that she was holding. So she went from being heavily pregnant to not so pregnant.
Yeah.
And she didn't drop anything. So, and then 30 days later, she's heavily pregnant and pops out babies. So.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it was, maybe they were pregnant from when they were with Dan's fish, the females.
Yeah, possibly.
So, I don't know.
They're only relatively new, aren't they, in your tank?
Yeah, they're over a month. So, a couple months now. So, but we'll see.
It's possible that they were holding when Dan sent them and they just was stressed out from the move. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Elaine told me to turn up the temperature. She thought that maybe that would help them, if they were pregnant, maybe kind of
Oh
help
yeah.
them. So,
Oh, I think they'll be fine. Give it a little time. There'll be babies everywhere. You won't be able to handle it.
so when I hit 500, I've got four Amazon swords that are on a runner. I'm going to leave them
Ooh.
on the runner and just leave them floating on that runner. So if I get more, whatever I have in this tank on the runners, when I hit 500, I'm going to do a giveaway for those.
Ooh.
Send them. So
Very cool. You heard it here first, folks.
yeah, got to hit
I
500.
some of you guys have some beautiful plants, and I wish I was over there so I could be like, yes, I'll take some.
Yeah.
I love my plants, but I found out the other night that when I was living in Western Australia and I worked at a supermarket, I used to have this guy that would come in every Tuesday night, and it was either just him or it'd be like him and his wife, and then a few times he brought like his whole brood of children as well. He is I think he's mixed martial artist or kickboxer or something. And he's since like opened his own training facility and everything. Like he's amazing, like really, really good at what he does.
Oh
His
wow.
family now, so his latest thing is I found out he's addicted to fish tanks.
Oh no.
So it was like multiple tank syndrome.
Yeah.
He posted something on Facebook going, oh yeah, I want some more fish tanks. So I've been sending his wife photos of all of my tanks and talking to her about what I've got, and she loves all my plants. And so yeah, I'm going to try and introduce them into our community so they can see kind of what they can do, with an Australian budget at least, because there's quite a few of us Australians now in the
Right.
community. Yeah, and kind of introduce them to our world.
Very cool.
Yeah, I thought so. She likes neon. She's got neons and guppies in a tank, and I look at one of the tanks that he's got set up, and it's just got plastic plants and crap in it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna change you guys over to real plants.
And I did a
Gonna
top off.
convince you.
I did a top off this week of all the tanks, and like the shrimp tank, I got a little black, so I did a water change before I topped it off, but I did it. It was almost 5 gallons upstairs in the under gravel filter tank, and I literally just like it, whatever, something must have changed in the water because I had a bacterial bloom the next day.
Oh,
I'm like, okay, just relax, John. I grabbed the strips and did a test. Everything seemed okay there. So I'm like,
yeah,
okay. My nitrites were actually up a little, about 1. So I'm like, okay, just let it do its thing.
yeah.
Relax.
Leave it alone. Don't touch it. Don't throw more stuff in it. Just leave
It
it.
said change water because it was 1 nitrate, the 1 parts per million or whatever it's supposed to be. But I'm
Yeah,
like, okay, just let the bacteria do its thing. I just relaxed and didn't, I didn't jump the gun and, pop another 5-gallon water change, knowing that it's probably
yeah.
just going to do the same thing. So I'm assuming they did something with the water. Maybe they're
Oh,
prepping it for
possibly.
winter. I don't know. So a little
I
fishy.
I've mentioned it a few times, but at least here where I am now, they will regularly treat the water, and you can smell it in the water. So as soon as I'll drink tap water. So as soon as I'll grab a drink and I can smell the chemical in the water, I hold off on a water change or anything for a few days, and then it's usually fine.
Oh, here is a new name to me, Liberty Bell.
Hello, Liberty Bell.
Liberty Bell cichlids.
I feel like I've
Yeah.
seen the name around.
Nope, I am subscribed. All right.
Jenna asked, did you add prime or something that would bind to any ammonia or nitrates to make it fish safe?
I use my Fritz, my normal Fritz Complete. So that there might have been something binding in there too. So Elaine, nice to see you. You use strictly rainwater. Well, the nice thing about using rainwater is, well, see, the problem I run into here is we're in drought conditions right now. We have not been seeing a whole lot of rain this year. We are probably at medium level still right now.
Fishy's asking for the link, please.
Yeah, I am going to.
I try and top up with rainwater. Like whenever it rains, I'll just pop my buckets outside and try and collect a little water, and then I top up my tanks.
The only nice thing about that is you're going to be at a, you can throw in your stuff to make it, what level you want. So there we go. Let's 1.36 subscribers, but hey, let's help him get up there. He or she. So all right, there you go. Fishy on. I'm trying to think. Yeah, we got plenty of mods in there. So
yeah, do your job, mods.
I like how chat. Oh, you're welcome, Liberty. Like I said, I don't know if you're subscribed back to me or not. So I was already subscribed. So surprised how much drips off the roof. Yeah. Got to watch undercourse shingles. So I know that. Like if you have cedar undercourse shingles. Oh, you're welcome, Fishion. You're welcome. So, yeah, Elaine, I think these white specks I saw. Yeah, I might do that. Budget Pond Keeper. Thank you for coming. That's another good channel.
Yeah.
Especially since I do everything on budget, like you. It's.
I gotta say, like, I didn't start the hobby thinking that I was going to be very frugal with anything, but looking at what I've managed to do with my tanks on a very limited budget is really cool. Like, all of my plants are healthy, all my fish are going mental. Like, it's surprising to me that I can just throw things in a tank and they thrive.
Elaine,
I don't test it.
Elaine, they're swordtail, so they're live bearers. So I think they're aborted. I think she was expelling.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know. But I don't know if you heard me at the beginning. I was pointing at the tank at the very beginning of the stream. Because right before the stream, and I couldn't grab my camera fast enough. There is a fry the same fry I saw when I posted that 10-minute video. So DJ Guppy Fish, thank you for coming. Nice to see you.
Well, that's good. It's a little survivor.
Yeah. You guys, you had the one hurricane down there in Florida, but I'll tell you what, we've been very lucky so far. I know there's one that's supposed to be hitting this weekend up by, they're talking anywhere from Cape Cod to Nova Scotia. So,
oh wow,
it's taking a very funny track in. So
is this like normal, like hurricane season or tornado season?
Oh, Jimmy, really? Jimmy's asking to be a mod. Awesome. I will do that easily, brother. I should just do like Craig does and Father Fish. just make everybody a mod.
I've been thinking about going in and switching things up a little bit, but I
Yeah.
kind of like people to be able to post links and things because we will just randomly have great conversations about things, and people can
Yeah.
post products or, links to different videos or whatever we're
Right.
talking about. It just
Yep.
makes it flow a lot easier. And that way no one can pick on anyone else. Everyone's a mod. I do have, I've got Craig and June as my managing mods. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think I got Lori. I think I did Lori and Zen and you, I believe. Now I got no.
Yeah.
Now I got to go look.
Yeah. I was
Corey
trying to
might.
find, I can't remember where to find my moderators so I can see who's actually moderated.
It's in settings. Like if you're in YouTube Studio, you go into
It's in studio. Why the
yeah, you
hell
go
was
into
I looking
Studio,
through
then
Google?
settings. Yeah, Studio settings, and then yes, I have Lori, Whip, you, and Zen are my managing mods.
I was looking through my Google settings the other night. I'm like, where is it? You used to have to go through Google to go to YouTube settings. Yeah.
And then I got Sammy, Matt, Jimmy, Jenna, the Stream Elements bot, and Fish Fam Link as my standard moderators. So I think I'll leave it at that for now.
Hello, Cody.
Cody, nice to see you. Thank you for coming.
Oh, DJ Guppy Fish. Hello.
Ahoy, hoy. Oh, did I pin that? Oh, I bet you I did. Son of a bitch. I don't
Picking
think I
up so
pinned my.
much extra work. I got everything happening all at once at the moment, and it's kind of overwhelming. That's why I'm not sleeping so well.
Okay.
I've had a rental increase. So I've just re-signed my lease here with a rental increase. I'm getting extra shifts all over the place. I've been doing training. So I did training last night at this one store so I can do open and close there. And I didn't do too bad last night, so it was good. But I'm going to be doing a lot of long days at that store, consecutive days as well. So, yeah, lots of work coming up.
Yeah, I saw your post on Facebook about how they're screwing you.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just, one bang, 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 bang,
these,
one thing after
yeah,
another after another.
and you would think some of these managers that really like you would find a way to kind of go in there and help you. I mean,
Oh, no.
So that they can keep you. But Barbara.
Hi, Barbara. Good to see you. I know the feeling, lovely.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
We have a thing here called Are You OK Day? And I think it should be a global thing. Yeah, we all kind of struggle with things from time to time, and we struggle with mental health, and we struggle with our day-to-day lives sometimes. And although we have friends and family around us, not many people will genuinely ask the question, are you okay? And it gives you the chance to open up a little bit more and not, keep things inside and hidden to yourself. I think Are You OK Day has saved a lot of people. I think it would be really, really beneficial for a lot of people, especially in this day and age with everything going on and increases in everything and stress and anxiety.
I thought about doing a Discord, like a channel on the Discord thing, where people could have a separate role for it, and so that they would have some privacy, from the general.
Yeah.
But just if they wanted to come and talk to others, about anything, or even making a Facebook group. I even thought about doing a private Facebook group, but I'm not a big fan of Facebook, so.
I've been thinking about doing, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Sunfish for Fish. He will do like backstage hangouts in his StreamYard
There
where
you
he'll
go.
stream for like a minute and like go, hey, yeah, I'm here. Let's go hang out backstage, and then drop the link. I'm thinking about doing something like that, but just as a more quiet, like less public hangout for people to just talk about whatever's going on. I'm still kind of workshopping it in the back of my head how I'd go around it.
Yeah. I mean,
You know,
it's like when I was a kid growing up, they like the ADHD and stuff like that. They have written
that
it or
wasn't a
whatever,
thing.
but I never took anything for it. I had to learn how, and I'm talking like 70s and 80s, mind you.
Yeah.
I had to learn how to control and use what they called being hyperactive in my favor.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's it. Like ADHD and, Asperger's and that sort of thing, it didn't exist. It wasn't a thing. There was no diagnosis for it. It was just hyperactivity or,
yeah.
So exactly, you did have to kind of find different ways to manage it.
And like my dad, he loves the fact that I'm into the fish tanks and that I'm so into it and I'm so focused and stuff like that. And because I talk about it all the time, and so he's very, he's like, he goes, you've got something you can focus on and be very,
Yeah.
That's why I think once I get retired and I can kind of maybe delve into my astronomy hobby a little more, because it can slow me down to focus on what I'm trying to look at and stuff like that. And that's, I just think it'd be
just to address WIP, I think you're right. Like a lot of people will just kind of generically answer, yeah, I'm all right. But with the Are You Okay Day, like it's advertised here. It's it's very well known here. So we all kind of go, it is a chance for people to reach out to each other and connect and go, look, are you really okay? I know you're struggling. How can I help? And sometimes it's just being an ear for someone to listen to your problems. And that's just what it's about. It's just keeping connected.
Yep.
Like I got this in the mail last night when I got home from work, and it was like a little attached postcard thing from the post office for you to send a free postcard to anyone in Australia just to keep connected. So this is an initiative by Beyond Blue, which is like a mental health information, advice and support service. And it's just got like little things. So stay connected, keep active and sleep well. So it's obviously some sort of initiative by the post office and Beyond Blue. But something as simple as that, because postage is stupid. That's over $1 now just for a freaking stamp.
Yeah.
So I love this. I love it. And I need to get Craig and Belinda's new address. I'm going to send one to them.
There was a guy when I was in cord cutting. I don't know if he still runs. I'll have to see if I can find him on Facebook and send him a message. He used to run a weekly stream for anybody who just wanted to talk mental health. He didn't, that was willing, amongst each other. But it was a public stream. But you know what? In the end, sometimes it's like maybe this worked for him, obviously it's kind of like fish keeping. What always doesn't, what doesn't work. What may work for one person may not work for another. But I know that's part of the reason why we have my granddaughter is because my daughter's bipolar and she's explosive bipolar. So, Elaine, yeah, I know. I agree with you. I think we're in a different era now, though, where I think people.
Yeah.
Myself, I don't mind hearing somebody else's. Like, I literally heard a guy who's frustrated. Like, the other day, I asked, did you get everything okay? He goes, no, I'm not doing good. Like that. I mean, it was not even related to the question I asked him. As soon as he just heard did you get everything okay? He just started venting about
Yeah.
something, about
Yeah.
politics and
I get
basically
that
all
a
that
lot.
stuff. And I just let him go. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
this dude needs to vent, let him go.
I get that a lot. I really do. Like, I'm retail and I work with a lot of elderly women and elderly people um, who don't necessarily have a lot of support around them anymore. A lot of their friends and family have passed on, and they're the ones left. And, the kids might not call them as often as they should or whatever. And I end up being that friendly ear for them. And sometimes they're having a bad day and I just let them go. I will agree. I will nod my head. I will laugh and go, yep, I know that feeling.
Yeah, I
Hey,
agree,
big
Jenna.
boy.
I agree, Jenna. It's and
Yeah.
I kind of do the same thing because I know who I can talk with and who I can't. I kind of feel like sometimes, and it's um, so. Um, and I think that's like with the fish. That's what helps keep me somewhat. It's not just the fish tanks itself; it's the fish fam, too. That keeps me
We
somewhat.
tend to we tend to fob it off and joke about it, but um, in saying that, a lot of our responses to things are, oh yeah, well no one listens anyway. Um, and that's that sort of same mentality.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to share my problems because no one listens.
SWFL treasure detecting. Thank you for coming. Nice to see
Swiffle, hello,
you.
Swiffle.
And Geek Boy. Thank you for coming. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind talking with people if they want, privately. Um,
Oh,
if
my
you're,
inbox is always open for people if they need to talk.
and also we have plenty. You probably have plenty of old past streams that you could meet up in off of StreamYard.
Yeah.
If you needed to, you can send a link off those still,
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
so that you could talk in private.
Mm. Oh, this spoke to me, Whip says. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just going soft in my older age.
I think the older we get, that's we start to learn. Hey, we need to be there for others, and it's we're kids.
Yeah.
It's mainly about them, and they know that, and they kind of you know. Yeah, it was funny. Me and my granddaughter were coming home Monday, and I literally cut the corner, and I looked back. I'm like, I had to do a double take. I'm like, oh shit, there's a 55. So I turned around real quick, went back. It was the same tank they put out 3 months prior that had a big old crack in the side.
Oh.
And Layla yesterday says to me, well, why don't you just patch it up, Poppy? I go, you can't just patch up a big crack right through the center,
Yeah.
I go, or even at the seam. I go, well, at the seam, it's like if it's coming through the seam, Layla, I can, take all the
You'd have
silicone out
to
and redo the
finish
whole
the
thing.
whole thing. Yeah.
So,
Oh, no, people's eyes don't glaze over with me, Whip, but they kind of look at me in mild horror of like, okay, what can of worms did I open up?
I think it depends on the person. I think when
Yeah.
you find the people that are willing to listen, because
Yeah.
I realize, like, okay, being a retail, it kind of helps is that I realize I don't know what happened to somebody 5 minutes prior. They could have been told they're getting a divorce,
Oh, exactly.
that somebody passed away, that
I had a guy yesterday at work. He ended up spending a good couple of $100, but he was in the store for a while. And as I'm floating around, I've engaged. And I'm like, hey mate, how are you? Finding everything okay? And he was fine. We had a bit of a giggle about something, and then about half an hour later, he comes up to the counter to buy his purchases. and he was in the most foul mood, and you could just see it in his face. He'd had enough. And yeah, so that swift change. So he could have got a phone call while he was in the store, text message, whatever, and it's just put him in the worst of worst.
Yeah.
You're right. You never know. But being retail, it does help. We have those kind of communication skills and active listening skills, I think, that make it easy for people to talk to us.
Yep.
Like I say, like I get a lot of the elderly ladies at my normal store, and they come in. Some of them just come in for a chat. I have 255s and a 30-gallon in the backyard. No room in the house.
Yep.
Oh, grief.
That's why I haven't. And I probably, if I would have picked that thing up and came home with it, I guarantee you, Dee Dee probably would have had my ass. Where the hell are you going to put that?
Hi, Sarah. Good morning.
Hello, Sarah.
Good
Again.
evening. Oh, cliche, you're preaching to the choir.
I could have, maybe I could have said, hey, let's make we'll get 2 heaters for this thing and let it run year round and let the sun turn it green. Because if I put it on the deck out back, it's nothing but southerly sun, and I'm not about to put it out front because who knows what'll happen to it.
Lando asked, sorry, what did you say to my question?
About now I gotta remember what your question was. If it was about the video, no, I have not. Did you have another question? I've missed that. I might have.
Sorry, did I miss it?
I think I may have missed one because the only thing I saw was if anybody. He asked if anybody had seen his latest video. Trying to see here.
It's almost voting season.
Yeah, I'm trying to scroll back up because I don't know if.
Anyone else open their mail at like 3 o'clock in the morning? Just me?
I never really get mail unless I know it's coming like from somebody from Fish Fan.
Yeah.
Okay, no, re-ask your question, Lando, please. I mean, I don't want to let something go untouched if it's something I might be able to answer for you.
Well, I might do a postal vote this year.
What I see a lot of, Elaine, though, is that people they're selling tanks for like 300, they're selling a 5.5 gallon or a 10 gallon for like $30 on Facebook. It's horrible. It's like, I get if you got to stand, just
our 5-gallon tanks here at Kmart are $40.
Go price per gallon. Like a lot of times, what I always suggest to people, they're like, "Hey, I'm going to sell my tank," So I'll tell them, go $1 per gallon, and then if you got a stand and a light, add a little bit on top so you make something. Yeah, it is. It really is. Hey, Ian, how you doing there, little brother? Ian's like the
Hi,
little
Ian.
brother.
Good morning. I'm going to do a video later. If anyone wants to join me, let me know, is what I said.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. I just highlighted it. So you're wanting people to collab, right? Is what I'm assuming. Is what it sounds like. It's an interesting. Yep. Like the Hex, we bought the guy. He wanted 80 for it, and I think because it's a specialty tank is why he did it. But it had the light, the hood, the light within the hood, and then he had a couple plants and the white substrate that's in it. That's right in it already. It came with it. That's that Stony Creek stuff. I actually had to hit him up afterwards when I was going to plant the dirt to tank. I'm like, hey, what kind of substrate is that you had in there? And he rattled it off right to me real quick.
What they ask for and what they get eventually is two different things. Yeah.
It is. There you go.
Well, I want to make a video with a fellow fish keeper. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, as soon as I get done here, I got to go up and get ready because of our schedule, and Layla's practice is on Fridays this week. It's being moved to Thursday, but I got to go up, do her practice, and then come back because I am assistant coaching now. So.
How's her injury? She hurt her arm or a wrist or something recently?
Yeah, her wrist. It was just a sprain of the wrist. There was nothing broken. So she's
okay. So she's okay now.
She's moving and doing good now. Yeah, she's
good stuff.
Especially now that trampoline's up, she's just like, this kid's gonna give me a heart attack. As soon as we got it up, she's in there doing flips. I'm like, what the? Jeff, nice to see you. Thank you, sir. Hope all is well.
Hi, Jeff. Good morning.
I was gonna hit you up when you were having your issues with that stream that day, Jeff, but I was at work, so I couldn't. Change channels. What? Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Welcome, Swiffle Aquatics.
Oh, that's sneaky, Swiffle.
Yeah. Sultans, thank you for coming.
Hey, Zoltan.
So for those of you that weren't here at the beginning, yes, I've got one fry in this tank. One fry. And I will be doing a giveaway of all my Val. I've got 4 in this tank alone. I got a few in that tank. I'm still waiting for the ones to take off in the other tank upstairs, but I will. Anything that's on a runner, I'm leaving it on a runner right now. When I hit 500, I will ship all the ones I have on runners, the Amazon swords that I have on runners, to a winner as a giveaway.
I like that. I like that idea.
Well, I was trying to figure out what I could do when I hit 500, and I'm like, well, I don't really have a whole lot here or there. And I'm like, you know what? These things have been sitting there, and I was just going to take them and plant them off in the other tank, and I'm running out of room too. So I got hygrophilia that back tank is right behind me here, the 55. Oh my God, it's nothing but swords and hygrophilia.
That's cool. I'm actually really happy that my my little Bolivian, the Ruspy's doing really well in the 30 gallon. It's perked right up. There's no brown leaves anymore. It's looking really good. I'm just waiting for more little runners and pups. I'm actually thinking about taking some of it out and putting it back in my 5-gallon tanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get another tank just to grow plants in.
No,
It
right?
already kept going. I have no more room.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting to that point. The weirdest thing is that out of all of my tanks, the only tank that doesn't harbor plants very well is my first tank, my original tank.
That's how my 46-gallon bow is. It's like,
Yeah.
it seems like it doesn't do well. I'm waiting to see how these handle. If I start to see some die off on them, I'm going to pull them out and stick them somewhere, and then I'll just
Yeah.
put the plastic back in it. And
This is the weirdest thing. I don't understand it. Every other tank that I have, the plants have gone nuts.
you don't like it, Whip?
But he has no hair on his chinny chin chin.
I laugh because Dee Dee goes, she when I do this shave, every time she's like, you got a baby's butt right there. And I'm like, you didn't mind that baby's butt when we first started dating. Because
Did I
when
get
we
what job? So I missed the end about the job. I had to make the daughter dinner. Did you get the job? I don't know. So I've been applying for work left, right, and centre the last few days. Or just the last couple actually. And I've done a lot of like the video interviews and stuff with different positions that I've applied for. And the one with the buys and loans, that place. I got an email from a lady that works there. I'm guessing she's the manager, and she's emailed and gone, "Can you come in for an interview this weekend?" So yeah, that'll be interesting. I just shot her an email back and said, "Yeah, sure, whenever. Let me know," and dropped my phone number. So I might get a call, or I might actually even call them this morning sometime, or even pop down there because it's just the next suburb over. It's where I go and do all my shopping.
Thanks a lot,
Yeah.
DJ. Now I've got that song already. It's stuck in my head. Miss
Wait, which
Jackson, Janet, if you're nasty.
Thanks, Mal. Yeah, I'm gonna need it. Like, I need more work, and it's actually gonna work out really good. The position is full time instead of part time, which should mean that I get better hours automatically, which means more money, which is what I need. But they have a lot better career progression. And it will also mean that I will be able to apply for a different caliber of positions as well. So it's not just like storefront retail. It's all sorts of stuff. Buys and loans, more like corporate kind of, I don't know how you call it, more executive kind of things.
Did I miss Dee Dee? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Dee Dee.
Oh, your DD. You were talking about your DD, and they thought DD.
No, fish,
Yeah.
fish tanks, Dee Dee, because I see. Oh, okay, yeah. No,
No,
I
it's
was talking
because
about my Dee Dee.
yeah. Oh, hang on.
Yeah, hers is spelled differently. Hers is spelled DEDE.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we just we had I had a full bar last weekend on Saturday for her. We had a birthday party for her at the bar, and
Nice.
she helped her mom make the cakes and stuff. And we went to dinner with my dad and my stepmom or my mother-in-law. We got to see some friends that we hadn't seen in a while, and yeah, it was nice. We had a good showing for her birthday. She does so much for everybody's birthday that I really wanted her birthday to be special this year for her. So
That's exciting. Well, I hope she had a great time.
yeah, she did. She had an extremely good time. She was pretty
One,
buzzed.
one hangover went off.
Yeah, she was pretty buzzed. I mean, she was able to walk still. I didn't have to carry her or so.
Oh, I remember the photo. Yeah, that photo was so cute.
I could do that pretty quickly if I wanted to, Zoltan. I only have 4 tanks myself. I'm trying to figure out room for a 5th if I can ever get a 5th.
Yeah, well, that's what I've started. Instead of using wall space, I've got 2 of my tanks underneath my kitchen bench, like the hangover on the bench where you'd normally have your stools set up.
Oh,
I mean, it makes it
well,
a little harder to get in there to service them, but I
what I
mean,
would
they're
like
all
to do,
under here.
what I want to do is this where that is at. I want to maybe move it somewhere. And that would be the wall that I put my next tank on.
You know what? A rack would fit against that wall nicely.
Oh yeah, it would.
Just saying. Just saying.
I think if I did that, I might do like 10s on side or something.
Oh, yeah, easily. However, you could probably even do 20s or 30s there.
All
Just
right,
depends on
DJ.
how big you want to go.
Yeah. DJ, all right, thank you for coming. He's got to go charge his phone.
DJ, thanks for being here, mate.
11 tanks and 2 ponds. Wow.
Ooh. See, I want a backyard so I can do ponds. I want to do tubs.
I thought about trying to do tubs, but like I keep trying to tell, like Dee Dee, she's so good with the plants. I keep telling her, I'm like, get into aquatic plants. So you could summer tub. You could, when you're out here smoking a cigarette, you could be doing stuff with summer tubs.
That's how you get her into it, mate. You get her into the plant side of things, and you deal with the fish. She deals with the plants.
Whip, the single fry I have in there, I think is I think is the male tequila got the female tequila pregnant. I don't know, to be honest with you. So I don't know which one created the fry, but it looks like it's it's got the coloring of the tequila is what I'm seeing so far. That thing's probably no bigger than my pinky nail, maybe a little bigger. It's big enough not to get sucked in by the other fish. That's So there must have been other fry in there that I did not see. So
I think so. Because I've ended up with like one lonely fry where a female will pop out, only a couple of fry for their first birthing, but the others will get eaten. It's usually just one solitary fry like hanging out in the plants going, "Don't eat me."
You're right, Elaine. I would actually, if I did those tanks, I would take them out and just let, maybe try to scoop out the fry. Maybe I would change this tank up a little bit.
Get yourself a fry,
like a bigger,
a fry setup. So you'd pull your females out, pop them in a birthing suite,
Oh yeah,
And then when they've popped, you pop them back in general population and leave the babies in the fry holder. I can't word right now. It's too early in the morning.
I got this, but
That's when you put
it
pregnant females in.
doesn't sit on the side very well on the hex.
Oh,
You know what? I wonder if I can make something. Maybe I can make some hooks or something. And
suction cup?
it's got little slats on the back. It's got little slats in the bottom to let the water
Oh.
flow through.
Mm.
But I can't fit all four of the moms in there, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, you don't put them all in there at once.
Yeah.
Just if you see one of your females that looks like she's, ready to pop,
Yeah, maybe
pop
when I
her
see
in holding, and then she'll pop, and then you put her back in the house.
gravitation or the gravitational or the spot. Look for that. And once I see that spot, maybe put them in.
I don't know if swordtails are like guppies, but I can tell with my guppy females when they're getting close because they'll kind of they'll hang out on their own, like up in a corner of the tank or something, and they'll post up, and they just look really cranky and uncomfortable.
Yeah, mine are swimming around a lot right now because the males are constantly like poking at their belly, trying to. So I don't know if they're trying to get another round or what, but yeah.
Oh yeah, they're relentless.
I've been wanting to take out. Maybe I'll take out more of this moss. Got to make sure I get the shrimp out of it though first, and then.
Oh, have fun getting
6 batches. Damn. Yeah, Lane knows a lot about swordtails.
It's easier to just take the males out. Female swordtails stay pregnant for up to 6 batches. Wow. Well, there you go.
Yeah, maybe if I take out this moss I have in here. I have moss in this thing, like plenty of moss because I got 2 balls in here that maybe they give them a place to hide, the fry to hide too.
I think once you take the males out, take the guys out of the equation, the females kind of relax a little bit. If you've already got established plants in that tank, and if you do have a fry in there, it does show that there is enough hiding room for them.
Yeah.
It would save you having to pick shrimp out of the moss.
Well, with the shrimp, I could probably scare them out. So. Because all I'd have to do is move my Saswasser tank over a little bit, and then that could kind of cover up my.
Chuck some of that in there.
Yeah, that's what I have right here. I have it in the corner. It's already within a day. It already attached to the moss. Yeah, it attached to the moss within a day.
Mm.
Yeah, the ram's horns. I think I got 6 of them suckers in there now, Jeff. And I haven't seen any clutches, but I haven't seen any little shrimplets. I don't, when I feed every other day.
They're tiny though.
Yeah, I feed every other day, and that's kind of why I want to keep that moss in there, is because it gives them a place to, in case Mr. Bushy Nose decides to try it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I unfortunately don't have anywhere to put them, the males. I could put them in the Tetra tank upstairs, I guess. Temporarily, no. Because it's easier to get them out of that tank upstairs than it will be the 55-gallon. Because that thing's so loaded with plants that.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. They just get stressed out and they'll abort.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, Zoltan.
Yeah, it is.
Baby shrimp are freaking insanely smaller. Still tiny. Oh my goodness. Yeah, 6 batches. How many months is that about?
Oh, sorry.
Is it 30 days like a guppy is or thereabouts or not really sure. 6 batches, 6 months. Okay.
Well, Sarah, just maybe try and go and have fun. I mean, if you've already got the tickets, don't lose your
Yeah.
money on the tickets. I know that's there. I think that's part of the reason why I shaved my goatee is because they uh, um, well, 6 batches, 6 months. Jeez. Um, was because I heard that the numbers were going up, and then I caught wind at work that they might go back. There's some talk that they might go back to mask at the store. I think they're waiting to see what happens with the state. I will honor what my job wants me to do, but I will not wear them anywhere else. I don't have to. I will honor a place that I go into. If I don't have to wear them somewhere,
Oh,
I
so
won't.
wait, you guys are still counting numbers?
They they just started going. Started. They're not count. They technically they're not being reported, but somehow like cases. There's still cases
Mm.
being. Yeah. So I don't know if it's Tommy. Nice to see you.
Hi,
Thank you for
Tommy.
Silver Creek Aquatics. Plants are
I
doing
think they
decent.
just changed. So with my employer, they just changed whether you're required to have your booster shots.
Oh, really?
So I don't think it's mandatory. It's not mandatory anymore.
Yeah. See, that didn't go over here in the States very well. People just didn't
Oh,
do
the
it.
whole mandatory thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it
Unfortunately,
wasn't
I think it's,
mandatory. I went and got it because
yeah,
I because I deal with people. I
yeah.
went and got that, and I didn't want to bring it home to Layla and have her transfer it to a school or to my mother-in-law or anything like that. So because
That's right.
so I just um,
I got it because at the time I was looking for work and I thought, well, it'll make me more desirable to an employer. Because it was mandatory at the time, to have it if you're in a workplace, especially working with people and like you said, in a retail setting, and I'm working with elderly people. I don't want to get it and pass it on. And, in the last, 4 years, I've had COVID once. So I think there's something to be said for the shots. I don't think they're for each to their own. I'm not going to push it, but for me, it worked for me.
no knocking on wood.
Mm,
I I have not caught it, and I think part of it is because at my job, um, I can step away quickly from somebody
yeah.
once they sign. We weren't during the heaviest part of COVID. We were signing the tablet. So basically nobody had to touch the tablet. No, there was no kind of the only interaction was their paperwork to my hands. And as soon as I went into the guardhouse, I was wiping them down. So I did. I would spray myself like I'm spraying myself now because Layla, she's talked about how some of the parents of kids have had it. So I'm okay. I'm like, okay, she's starting to hear about it at school, so I better, you know,
Yeah.
this way I
Oh,
don't bring it.
it's election time for you guys as well, is it?
Yes, it starts. Well, a lot of them are putting their stuff in. Primaries are early, I think early January, maybe February, and then go into full blown election for during next year. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not going to get too political, Jeff. I
No.
kind of agree with that. But I would like to say anybody who thinks that we're getting chipped with these vaccines, we don't have to get chipped by the government. We chipped ourselves years ago with these things right here.
You know what? You're
Even
already chipped because you got a social security number.
yeah, and you've got right now that you're chipped with location and everything right here, cell phone,
Yep. Cell
because
phone, tablet,
even your even your old cell
smartwatch.
phones, even your old cell phones have a way to get location. So
Yeah.
so don't think you're safe. The government doesn't have to chip us. If they want to get into something, they will. So
Well, I mean, just take the precautions that you're comfortable with, Sarah. Um, I think you should be fine, but I mean, John's right. Don't pass it up.
yeah, don't lose the money.
Go
Just
and enjoy
find a
yourself.
way. If you have to use tickets that's somewhere like or a different spot of the stadium or something to, you know, um,
I actually need to look at getting a booster. It's been a while for me.
we did
Um,
we did the first two and then a booster. So I did the first
yeah.
three. They're like up to round 6 now, and I'm not going in every time to get a damn booster.
No,
Uh,
I've had the 3, but I'd like to get a 4th just because it's been a while.
yeah,
Um,
I think this is where we're at. Is like
yeah,
basically
it's gonna
it's a
be like the
cold or
flu
a flu.
shot.
It's a cold or a flu, and we've been getting cold or flu shots for years. So now we just had to get through all this to get and kind of and yeah, I do flu shots. I do believe in
Yeah,
flu shots. I believe it helps me. I especially now
I've
that I'm
never
older.
had a flu shot.
Now that I'm older, I mean it's I we get them. Our insurance
Mm.
pays for it, so why not? So. Um,
I've never had a flu shot, but I thought, yeah, I figured the COVID thing would be worth it. Um, just because it is a bit more aggressive than a cold or a flu.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
think it gives like the vaccine doesn't stop you from getting it. It just
no, it just lessens the severity of it.
right.
And look, after I got COVID the start of this year, I'm kind of glad that I did get the shots because God, I felt awful.
Sorry.
I felt I had like almost all the symptoms in a
Yeah,
very very short span of time, and it was hell. I'm still like my lungs still aren't right.
but that's why I
Um,
wore the mask at work was because we were required to wear the mask at work when we were like. And the nice thing about my guardhouse is I'm
yeah,
away from everybody from the store. So when I
yeah,
walked in the store, I had it on. When I was walking the front, I had it on in case I passed anybody.
yeah,
Uh, got close to anybody while I was
yeah.
walking. And then when guests pulled around the corner, up went the mask. So, um, I missed something. Whip, I'm glad you're not in that mentality anymore, please, because we do care if you live or die. So, um, but I only got the shot because of work. That was it.
Correct.
Exactly. That's the thing right there, Tommy. It's and see
Yeah, that's it.
that's the problem with politics and on Facebook or in the bars
Yeah,
or even on here. We're never going to change somebody else's opinion on this stuff,
yeah.
or politics
It's
or COVID.
it's personal preference, and that's what I said
Exactly.
before, Tony. For me, getting the vaccines worked for me. It worked in my favor. I got employed, and then when I had COVID, I wasn't hospitalized, which I could have been. Um, didn't start getting flu shots until I was living with immunocompromised folk. But before that, I was raised anti-vax because my mum was afraid we would get autism. Guess who's on the spectrum? That's isn't that irony?
So Zoltan, yes, I had such a fear of shots when I was younger that it took 6 nurses and the other doctor that was in the practice, the doctor's practice, to hold me down so I could get my shot, right? So I'm going to get married to my first wife, and I had to have a blood test. And the nurse looks at me. She goes, "Oh, I see in your record here that you have a massive fear of needles. Are you? Do I need to bring somebody in to help me?" And I went, "Honey, for the hell I'm about ready to get married to, no. Go ahead and do what you got to do."
Yeah.
Because there's nothing that this little poke is nothing compared to the hell I'm about to go through. So I already knew prior to that I shouldn't have been married to my ex-wife.
You're right there, Silver. Difference of opinion is is a lot better. Yeah. If everyone agreed on everything all of the time, God, it would be boring.
I do too, Sarah, because of the fact that, because I've had the heart attack. Once you have a heart attack, that's it. Your body's never the same. So
yeah,
even though all my numbers and everything came back last time I saw the doctor, excellent. So.
Yeah, your system just isn't as strong. You could be perfectly healthy, but your system isn't as strong or well equipped anymore after a heart attack.
Yeah, I think it's weaker because of that, because your heart is weaker the rest of your life.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
Yes, I exercise. Yes, Layla and I take walks every opportunity we get. So I try to get 10,000 steps every, Monday through Thursday because of work. But after Friday, Saturday, Sunday are my days that I kind of don't do any of that. So
I'm looking now. I'm thinking about going to the gym this morning. It just depends on this interview. I might try to do the interview tomorrow, and then I can fit the gym in today. I need to get back to the gym. I know that. I'm the first person to admit that. So it's just trying to fit it in around work. I'm going to be figuring out coming up to Christmas.
Nice to see you, Coro. Thank you for coming.
Vaccines, places just outing themselves as not having any real problems to worry about and not respect anyone else's health. Yeah. I had Delta when it first hit really bad. The NHS forced me to get my first jab a month later. Even though I already had immunity from the real thing, they wouldn't listen to their own advice. Yeah.
That's actually the goal of it, Whip, it makes you somewhat sick right afterwards, but it doesn't last anywhere near as long as the flu would last you originally. So
what's this? Sorry.
It's because you're getting the new strains in your body, so that you're
they're basically injecting you with the flu to strengthen your immune system. So yeah, you get a little sick. You get the flu, your immune system naturally boosts itself, and then you are immune from any other strains that might come up at that time. But it's only limited time. It doesn't. You've got to get your flu shots once or twice a year.
Well, I get you, Coro, and Matt, or Silver. Sorry, and I'm sorry to hear this. That has to suck. I know Dee Dee. Let's see if I got a picture of it. I'm going to forewarn you folks. This is not a pretty picture. So if you get queasy, easy, turn away when Dee Dee had a piece of wood at my store fall off a stack. And It caused a hematoma contusion. As soon as I saw it was black, I told her go to the solo layout me here real quick. I told her to go to the ER and get it looked at right away. Well, the doctor didn't drain any of the fluid that was in there. And 2 weeks later, that's what he did is he cut that skin off.
Goodness.
It was so he didn't give her any pain meds when he was trying to clean this out. And in that 2 weeks, like she comes up to me and says, "Oh, it's she came down and told me that it's seeping blood." And I'm like, before this happened, I go, that's because it's infected. Your body's trying to get rid of that infection.
It's rejecting, it's flushing.
It's pushing it out through the skin. So we had our show. We went there afterwards, and this guy, she was in such pain when he was doing this. She's begging him to stop, and I'm like trying to get her to hold my hand because he wouldn't stop. This guy, we had to put a report into the emergency director.
Because
absolutely. The last few times, he wasn't very helpful to her.
How awful!
Yeah, but that's.
Oh goodness, and that's traumatic as well. Poor Dee Dee.
I honestly feel we should have healthcare like they do in Canada. Everybody has it. There's no issue about it. Yes, you have to wait. I get it. You have to wait sometimes to get into it up there. But their doctors up there are just as freaking good as ours down here in the United States, because 90% of those doctors in Canada have come down here to learn and go to school to become a doctor.
They interchange, and they they do the same thing here in Australia.
Yeah. You have free care?
We have Medicare, which I don't know whether it's the same as you guys' Medicare was, but we get bulk billed. So we can go and see like GPs and get a lot of things are bulk billed to Medicare. Although a lot of the general practitioners here now have opted out of bulk billing, which kind of sucks. It just makes it a bit harder to get in to see a healthcare professional. I'm hoping they're going to bring back bulk billing. A lot of people are now missing out on medical care because they can't afford to go and pay the bill.
Yeah.
If you just want to see a standard consult with a general practitioner here is, $80 and up for a half-hour appointment.
To see my endocrinologist, who's a diabetes doctor, was $300 for a visit.
Oh, because that's a specialist, isn't it?
Yeah, but to me, it's like, it's crazy. It's like, and this guy, I end up I'm waiting to get into my new one because I had to change. My GP just had to do a full, like, stuff that the endocrinologist would be doing testing for, just to make sure that I'm okay still until I can get in January. Because I can't get into, since COVID, it's hard to get into the endocrinologist. I guess a lot of people came down with diabetes during COVID. Well,
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, because you were probably eating a little unhealthier. You were, you weren't exercising, so.
My local, my health hub here, so the GP clinic, they don't have a female bulk billing doctor anymore. But they have a bulk billing nurse. Now, here in Australia, if you've been to see a doctor, and in your history anywhere, you've had a prescription or a regular prescription given to you by your doctor, the nurse practitioner can then issue you with your repeat scripts. So for the most part, I can get by just by going to see the nurse.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. It means that I'm now still not paying for my appointments, and I'm still able to get that medication and stuff that I need. So recently I had like the pneumonia, and I was really, really ill. I did a telehealth consult, and she sent through an e-script for some medication that I'd been prescribed in the past, and said, "Here, this should work. Off you go." And a couple of days later, I was fine. I was doing a lot better.
What I was afraid of taking these vaccines for COVID was because it was, because of how long it takes to test for them. So,
Yeah.
but it wasn't because I was worried about somebody chipping me or yeah. Trust me, if I wasn't DJing, and it's funny, Silver, I literally stayed we stayed home because we had to because of the shutdown, except
Wow,
for work. But
Clara's a wealth of information.
as soon as it opened up, I made it a point. I didn't give a crap who was going to come after me. I said, any bar that wants to hire me, I don't care what day of the week it is, to do karaoke for your patrons, I will do it.
Yeah. Have a good day, Zoltan.
And I will not wear a mask inside your bar unless you make me. And yeah, and like it was to the point where I was like, because I had 3 different shows going. I'm like, hey, if you have a show tonight, if you want to know where, hit me up. Just to make sure that I could take care of these people.
Yeah.
Boy, we triggered off.
I love Cora. Cora goes, speaking of weird medical stuff, did you know that we developed the affordable cure to TB in 1952, meaning every death since was due to human greed, but the parent company just raised the price by 50%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I worked at a glass factory, and I remember them coming up with a letter. They're like, here's locations. They had locations in every county that their employees were located in because there was a TB increase.
Oh, jeez.
So they wanted all of us checked for TB.
Wow. Oh, have you seen the people that got together and started relationships while always wearing a mask? Then they finally take them off and they're like, who the hell are you?
Yeah.
Thanks for dropping links, Sam.
Oh, and I get it, Barbara.
See you
I know you
later.
got to wait once, but like I said, the people up there are, the doctors are just as good as what we got down here.
Insurance is a Ponzi scam.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of insurance.
That's funny. Speaking of masks, that's how I went to my interview for my current job. So I wore a mask and she kept trying to tell me to take it off. I'm not comfortable with that. And I ended up just pulling it off my face like once or twice really quickly just so she could see my face. And I put it back on.
Bye, Lando. I think it's, wow. Man, I dropped the numbers. Did somebody just go live?
Wait, what?
I dropped down. I wonder if it was all the COVID talk.
Lando and Lando and oh, hang on. Zoltan left. and Lando left.
Oh, okay. So I guess everybody went over there.
I don't know. I have no idea. No, no one's. I don't know who's going live. I haven't got any notification.
I know Rico usually does at 1 or 2 o'clock his time. So
I love the idea of masks. People with halitosis finally got a taste of their own medicine. Oh, that's evil. The cologne and perfume wearers got worse. It's like being mustard gas behind the register. Yes. Oh my god. One of my co-workers used to wear the most obnoxious perfume. Like, thick, like she just dropped herself into a vat of the stuff. It was horrible.
Dee Dee, she wears Love's Baby Soft, and to this day, I love that stuff. She puts it on. I could smell it the minute she puts it on upstairs. But I've always loved the smell of that stuff when I was younger. So.
Yeah. I've had my issues with gum disease. It sucked.
Well, I think my allergy. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine.
I ended up going. Like I could tell my allergies were worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Rico. He doesn't really schedule them like more than a couple hours out. So.
Elaine, I'm still here. I just have nothing to say yet.
I know we kind of went off the rail here, but oh well. I've always said the show's. I've always said the show's open to talk about whatever we want because it's just really a general hangout. That's the fish is just the premise, you know.
Oh, that's how I've done my streams as well. Like we all came together as fish keepers, but like, what else do we have in common? What else is there to talk? There's heaps of other stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the time, things end up with food. It's all about food and cooking.
That's what I was just getting ready to say. We've made it an hour and a half without talking about food.
Damn it! Damn. I blame myself for that.
That's all. Well, I haven't eaten anything yet today because my blood sugars were like through the roof this morning, and I didn't really eat anything out of the ordinary last night, so I don't know what the hell happened. The only thing I had for dessert last night was my mother-in-law made banana bread, and then I had four cookies, but that was early in the night, so I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I usually drink lemon water after. Right about an hour after I have that kind of stuff, so I drank it later in the night. So before I drank a cup before I went to bed. So maybe it didn't work.
Still, the problem is that people like drown themselves in perfumes and colognes. You do not need to bath in the stuff to smell good. Small amounts applied in the right places are all you need. You don't need to smell like, a perfume factory.
And the problem is when one person smells good in it, does not mean the next person does either, because everybody's body chemistry is different.
Exactly, I was about to say that.
Yeah, and I notice people like they'll come up, they'll give me a hug or whatever, and they'll be like, "Oh, you smell good, John." And I'll be like, "Yeah, don't buy it for your boyfriend because it doesn't mean he's gonna smell good." Yeah. Like Dee Dee's told me, she goes, "Oh yeah, Dad smells good in Old Spice. Don't you ever wear it because I don't want it smelling good on you."
I don't like Old Spice. I do. I like Old Spice.
Yeah, we still have it here.
I even wear it sometimes. they have a every so often I come across the body wash and it just smells amazing.
Yeah, they have commercials here for I think it's Old Spice like lavender or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy's always like, "You think I can't smell it?" Like she's been going in stealing his Old Spice.
Yeah, that'd be me. The only thing that really gives me a headache now, that Sarah, is cigarette smoke. That's it. Or like someone around here likes to burn their trash in their fireplace. It's just, yeah, it's nasty.
Dee Dee still smokes, and I can tell when she lights one up to go
Yeah,
outside because she smokes outside. But a
yeah,
lot of times she'll light her cigarette inside unless she's going to be out there a while on the phone or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
But she'll a lot of times when she's just going to have a quick
Light up on
smoke,
the way out the door or something.
she lights up and goes outside right away. But I can still smell that little bit get downstairs.
Yeah.
So,
Anything chemical except beer. Well,
nature
technically beer is natural too.
nature scent.
Mm.
Well, it's funny you talk about using nature scent. When I train our other guards. I'll tell them, like, if you're unsure if a piece of wood is cedar, just smell it. It has a very distinct smell.
Yeah.
And they're like, they all look at me like I'm crazy. And I
Well,
could
yeah,
probably,
cedar, mahogany, like they all have their own distinct
yeah.
scent.
Well, pine doesn't I don't notice like the pine smell like if you have pine leaves, you know, um,
Yeah.
I don't or bristles or whatever from a pine
Yeah,
tree, but I
pine
do
needles.
notice it. I do notice like yeah, I mean, yeah, they have their own distinct kind of odor, but it's like cedar is completely out there.
Yeah.
So,
Beer smells good to me.
see, as an alcoholic, Sarah, all alcohol smells good to me,
Mm.
except Malort. Malort smells as nasty as it tastes, and the good thing is I got to taste it before I stopped drinking. So I can tell if somebody made Dee Dee drink a shot of Malort. They said, "No, you have to have this, or else I'm not buying the shot." And she'll be like, "Fine," and she'll slam it. But she'll be slamming a beer right after. But I could still smell it on her breath when she
Oh,
walks up.
absolutely.
Oh, that stuff is so nasty.
It's like absinthe. No. Yuck.
Oh, we jump back up to 15. What the hell?
Yeah, look at that. We started talking about alcohol.
Yeah. Bam.
Boom. No viewers. So when they're burning it, so different wood. Different woods are used for smoke. Yeah, like hickory.
What did I miss here?
Oh,
Sarah, I saw Whip replied something, and I'm like, okay, I missed something. I missed a
oh,
bunch, I'm
yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I've missed something too. Oh, Biz's live stream. Biz's lives on Monday. It was really good. I'm glad I caught it. Lots of people carry the weight of grief.
Okay.
I did not. He goes on a little late for me. I'm usually out by 3.
Okay.
Oh, by the time he hits the air, I'll have to track down the stream and watch it on replay. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. I know
Yeah.
Hippie John talked about that, on Rico's focus on how he, or no, sorry. Hot Mess Express, how how he went through mental issues. So
Hickory, apple, cherry, maple, mesquite.
broken sniffer problems. Oh, that sucks, dude. Oh, was Biz on? Okay. I think they're talking about Drew, not Be Wizzled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like
That's
to like
right. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. How could I forget about that? Yeah. I think that's the hardest thing is seeing someone you love really struggling with the loss.
yeah. Yeah, now I see why. Yeah,
Yeah.
I miss his too because of how late it is. Unless I'm working late, then I usually pop it on to get me through the end of my shift
Yeah.
because I try to get to bed somewhat decent hours. This is where I like Craig's streams because he's usually like I get to work and he's usually just gone live.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh sweet. Where I miss Blake because he goes on like an hour too early.
Oh, Blake posted a video. So one of his latest videos is a new to me another Aussie fish keeper who has some amazingly scaped tanks. I'm gonna have to go back and like remember. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he goes and like does a fish room tour of this guy's house. Oh my god, the tanks are
Oh,
gorgeous,
cool.
freaking gorgeous, and really well done. So I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch. I got about halfway through the video.
Nobody will ever want to come and do my tanks because I don't skate. I just kind of put where I think looks cool and just go. I don't do anything like special. I would never make it in a contest.
I'm gonna give it a go one day. I'm gonna do like the whole substrate and everything, and do like hardscape plants, driftwood,
See,
whatever.
the way I look at it is like, yeah, you may see like Val grows in a big section. I get that.
Mm.
Sometimes like because it kind of grows like a seaweed kind of.
Yeah.
But like a lot of other plants, they're just kind of hit or miss. They're not you don't like if you've ever really looked at pictures, they're not all real nicely organized and stuff like that. It's like I get where people are doing it, with the aquascape to make it look appealing. But
Yeah.
I don't, to me, jungle looks just as appealing as Dutch. It's just,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, some of these like perfectly manicured, like dwarf, whatever the ground cover plants in
yeah,
the tank.
the dwarf
Like
sag.
it's also perfectly manicured. No, I couldn't do that. That's too
I don't
much.
have time. I don't have
That's
time.
like the amount of time that people spend on bonsai plants.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it. It's too much. If I can throw things in a tank and they grow and they bush out and they look good, that's it. That's enough for me. Doing a full teardown of both my tanks when I move, but I'm not sure whether I'll be aquascaping them or not.
If I tear down my 46, the bow front, it's going to go. I am going to that. It will be my final experiment on that tank to see what I can do with it. I will go dirted.
Hmm.
I've tried because the way I'm looking at it is I'm using under gravel filter. I'm actually using a hang on the back with that's attached to the under gravel filter running slow, so that I just get a slow draw of like 70 gallons an hour. I
I
haven't
saw
seen Jeff
that
Kane
too.
here. Speaking of, now that I'm thinking about it, I have not seen Jeff here today.
Which chef? Which chef?
Kane,
Oh yeah, no, we had Pelham before.
I got to do an update on the tank with him, because that tank upstairs is basically plants from everybody else. Oh, I do have some swords in there, but Amazon swords. But I got to do an update on that tank because like none of the duckweed in any of these tanks took off. So I'm thinking my nitrates might be too low. Okay. Welcome back. Excellent start to the weekend. We're supposed to see rain later tonight, so early morning. I have to make sure I take my hat with me.
Rainy, muggy. Oh, I'm all for the rain, but the muggy is horrible.
Yeah. Well, with our heat wave, this year seemed very. I'm glad we've been going through fall for us.
Yeah.
Because I've been in a hoodie all week. I love it. Give me
Yeah,
hoodie
I
weather.
like the in between. I don't like the extreme either end, but the in between months are great.
Yeah, it's
like right now, it's perfect here.
We didn't have heat index prior to this stuff until 1995. Then we got taught that stuff, and
we've always had the heat index.
Yeah, I mean, the heat index has never been a part of the Weather Service. Like, they've never talked about it. I mean, they may have had it, but we didn't know about it. The public didn't. But it's like, my God, it just even when it was cooler temperatures, it just seemed like our humidities and heat indexes were through the roof all summer long. It just seemed longer this year, and so
I'm not looking for. Yeah, it was like that. The start of this year for us. So November through to January-ish is normally our summer. So last summer for us was absolutely horrible, and it did seem like it dragged on. It seems like we only had about 2 weeks of winter, like actual winter, and not all consecutively.
Yeah.
It's
Sammy, where are you at? You can just give state. You don't have to give me if you're in the States.
105 yesterday. It's only going to be 95 today.
It's crazy. Yeah, that sucks. It's so much harder on the body. I don't care if you're used to it or not.
I'm not looking forward to summer again because I walk to work. In summer, I get sunburnt 5 minutes out of the house.
Yeah, you guys have had it horrible this year for the heat. Extremely horrible. That you guys have been in 105 every day since February. I swear to God.
Yuck.
Well, good news, Tommy, is right now. I did some reading yesterday because I saw this article on Google on their feed, and I happened to. It was about the polar vortex, and the misconception about the polar vortex is that it's a system based, like it's a part of a system based low. The polar vortex is actually an item that's like over the North Pole, sits there and spins.
Yeah.
It's like 31 miles above the surface, but it can go all the way down to the surface. It just sits there and spins over it. So the stronger it is, the better it is for people who don't like colder weather, snow. They like that medium, like they can handle freezing temperatures, but not below zero. See, it's the dew point and the heat index that get you, though.
Yeah.
Those two numbers are the two numbers, especially heat index, because that's kind of like what your, feels like is, which the feels like takes all those numbers into account that you just posted, Jenna. It takes temperature, heat index, dew point, and humidity to get what the feels like. But it's this polar vortex. The stronger it is, the better it is for those people that like it. Like me, I don't like the below zero cold. I can't stand it. To me, it's
too cold.
That is the only weather I will ever complain about. But it's how the polar vortex is based on how the Pacific and Atlantic oceans are, along with the equator, and how the winds are. So, like if the winds on the equator change, and this is probably why you guys see opposite weather of us. So we see westerly winds along the equator during summer. They change to easterly during the winter. And when they change, that's when we start to see our change. It's already changed along the equator. Where this is why
Isn't
we're seeing
El Nino and La Nina.
We are going to and we're going to.
Yeah.
I believe we are in another El Nino because they're saying the polar vortex is already starting to gain strength.
Yeah.
So these are things that like we didn't know about many years ago. We just knew about low pressure, high pressures, and so it's like there's so much more to science the weather that it's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Sunfish for fish.
Speak of the devil, he shall appear.
You're fixing to take a nap. Oh, the bugs are fixing to take. Yes, exactly. Our bugs here are spiders. I had a spider in my
bugs here all winter.
I had a spider in my guardhouse that was the size of my fucking palm. I stepped on it so fucking fast. I was like, looked like it was a wolf spider that's been around it's probably been hiding behind the sheet metal for years.
No, thank you. You can keep that. I freaking hate them. Which reminds me, I'm going to have to get some bug spray and preventatively spray all of my doorways and my windows and any of the cracks and crevices around here. I just get like the long-lasting stuff and I do it around my windows and whatnot.
I don't dislike spiders, Cora. Don't get me wrong, but
they can stay outside.
It's not that I dislike them. I have a phobia of them.
Yep.
Hey, Mark, nice to see you. I literally saw the movie Arachnophobia, and my wife said it was so funny because after we watched the movie, you literally did not sleep for weeks. You would go days and days and days, and all of a sudden I would watch you go like this, and then you would realize you were asleep, and then you would wake up and you wouldn't fall back asleep. So I have a phobia of them. That's more than anything. Whoop, we lost Adele. So I get it, but it's not that I dislike them. I am afraid of them. I know they have a job just like bats. I'm afraid of bats. I hate bats for that reason. It's not hate, it's afraid more than anything. I wonder if her battery died. Oh, there we go. She's back.
I just got booted. That was weird.
Just lost your connection.
Yeah. So you were talking about arachnophobia. For me, it was eight-legged freaks. I think that's the one with the giant freaking spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Nope. Mm-mm. Well, that and my dad used to have like pet huntsmans and stuff when I was growing up. I hated it.
Sammy. He blames your bad connection on the spiders.
Yeah. There's probably a huntsman or something in the roof going, messing with the wiring.
Yeah. Roaches are indestructible. We could have nuclear war and they won't go anywhere, Jenna. I swear to God.
I mean, even the roaches down here, some of the roaches, you whack them with a flip-flop and they just look at you like, really, bro? And walk off.
So let me get like example. I literally like go like when I go to change our filter for my furnace, I have to wear I have a mask on covering my like I'm talking like ski mask. I wear scarf, I wear gloves, I make anything that could possibly touch my skin or spider webs. I freak. So that bad.
I mean, in summer, I have cans of bug spray strategically placed around my apartment.
So that you can grab
You
one
just
when you need
never
it.
know. Yep, you just never know. Oh, it was probably like 3 or 4 years ago. So I haven't had a decent sized spider in this apartment in 3 years. One of the last really good ones, I actually I walked in, sat down in the bathroom, and then out of the corner of my eye, a freaking spider came down on a thread next to me on the toilet. I mean, I was in the right place, don't get me wrong, I pooped myself. I had to run and grab a spray. So now I just strategically place cans of spray everywhere. I'll have one in the bathroom, I'll have one in my bedroom, I'll have one sitting out on the kitchen bench so I don't have to go into a cupboard. They just randomly appear everywhere. But I will spray, like, um, I will spray around my front door so they don't come in under my door. Around the window frames, same thing. I've got gaps everywhere, so
Yeah.
no, can't do it. And they just pop out at anywhere, climbing along the wall behind my head, in bed, across the ceiling.
Sammy, you're right. The world is insane on how it distinguishes the word phobia, uses phobia.
Decent sized spider in Australia means dinner plates. No. For me, because I'm phobic, a decent sized spider is anything bigger than like a quarter. Even
I mean,
small, like
I will kill one in Layla's room and not show the fear because Layla's the one
mm,
freaking out. You know what I mean? She'll be like,
yeah.
"Puppy!" She'll be crying. She would like literally. I've watched her like as there's one going across the wall. She's on her bed standing. As
The
far back
huntsman
as she can.
spiders are like wolf spiders. They will chase you. You better hope that shoe gets them the first time because they'll chase you.
What's that?
With a wolf spider, like, and with huntsmans as well, you'd better hope that the shoe gets them the first time
Yeah.
because they'll chase after you.
The ones I don't like, wolf spiders are fast, but the ones that we have, what the hell are they called? They if they bite you, brown recluse.
Yeah. I was gonna say like Black Widow.
Those things are like no, they're skin eating poisons.
Oh yeah, they've got the necrotic.
Yeah. So
Yeah. We have ones here. They're called white tip spiders, and the bite's kind of painful at the time, and it'll start to heal up, and then all of a sudden you end up like it will eat the flesh away from the bite site. It's disgusting. Those little
yes,
suckers are everywhere.
ticks are horrible, Sarah. I get.
Mm,
That's why every time we before, like Layla's, we're at her game or whatever. We check her before she gets in the van to make sure that,
Yeah.
just even out in the open field, they've been bad this year. So. Jeff, actually, there's scorpions in Texas, man. I mean, it's crazy. So, all right. White tail spider. I don't know
white
that.
tip. Yeah, Mark. White tail, white tip. They're like a little grey spider with a white butt. Or just a white little tip on their butt.
Wow. Are they equal to like the black widow here in the in North America?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. It's funny. Our daddy
Just like a
longlegs.
necrotic. Yeah.
Daddy
Sorry.
longlegs are.
They're like
They're
the most
venomous.
toxic spider. Yeah.
They're venomous, but we don't see. We don't see them. Like they can bite me and it won't affect me because their bite's so small, apparently. So.
Yeah, their fangs are too small to reach through all of the layers of our skin.
Yep. So. Yeah. All right.
Redbacks are black widows. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I am going to call it. Yeah, we got tarantulas up here too. We are
Nope.
2 hours in.
On that note.
Go. She's gonna be looking around the house for spiders.
Yep. Oh, I already saw a baby the other day. Yeah. It's getting to that time where everything's going to start waking up here really soon, so I'm going to have to preventatively spray everything.
Yeah, it starts coming in. So they have scorpions in Tennessee. Oh God, no, I won't move to Tennessee now. So all right, you have anything for our nice crowd today? Oh my God, what we talk about.
Well, everyone, on that note, have a great day.
All right, thank you for coming up, Adele. Appreciate it.
My pleasure, John.
And Jeff says thank you to you too. Thank you. Thank you,
Jeff.
everybody.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for being here, and always a pleasure.
Hell no, dude! I'd have been out of that B&B in a heartbeat.
Yeah, screw that.
Yeah, screw that. He found a scorpion in there. Oh, yeah, snakes is another one. All right, I got to get off this topic. So thank you, everybody who came. Appreciate it. Yeah, sorry, Matt. Can I start over? I will say what I said in the beginning. There is a fry in this tank. I did not know was in there. I saw it a second time, and I tried video. I just did video again. And when I hit 500, I've got 4 in this tank. I'll probably end up with more by the time it happens. Any tank that I have stored in that has a runner that has leaves or big rooted swords, I'm going to do a giveaway for however many I have for hitting 500. That's going to be my giveaway at 500. There's a bunch of sword plants.
Ooh, Sunfish for Fish mentioned the fire ants. Yeah, they're a big problem here.
Yeah, they have them in.
Huge problem.
I think that's what Jess got bit by when she was doing her.
I used to get bit all the time. Like up in Darwin, they were everywhere. We had them all through our backyard. It was just commonplace. You just dealt with it. You just stayed away from them. But every so often, I'd step on a nest out in the backyard and get covered in them. It's painful.
I love bugs, bats, and stuff. Yeah, I know they have their duty. I know they have their duty, but I'm just not a big fan.
Yeah. Okay. Nope.
So we do have a grasshopper within the fish fam. His name is Sam. Why are we yelling? All right. Thank you, guys. Kill the stream. And I
Bye, everyone.
I will see everybody in the streams this week. I will be on live next week again. And thank you, Adele. Thank you, mods. Thank you, replay crew. And replay crew and lurkers. We greatly appreciate you. And everybody have a great weekend. Peace out. Stay fishy.